Hi there, I hope you're doing great. This is Ellen, and today I'm going to show you a small example of how you can add watercolor to the sky of an embroidery design. Now, this is one of our latest designs of Charles Bridge in Prague. If you'd like to embroider it as well and add some watercolor, don't hesitate to head to the link below and you will be able to download the design too. Now, if you don't want to necessarily add watercolor to enhance or add some color to this design, we also got 2 other video tutorials of how you can add stitching to add color. So that is a graded sky, alternatively the Van Gogh inspired sky that Charles is an expert at. We'll link to that below as well. Now, without further ado, let's dive right in. I want the sky to be a bit kind of abstract and vivid, so as a result, I want to use the benefit of watercolor, essentially letting it bleed and thereby create this kind of organic design. As a result, even if you will place the paint in the same location, I cannot guarantee that it will look exactly the same. Watercolor is really a living kind of medium in that way. What I will do first, as I want it to bleed, is that I will wet my fabric. I'll wet the fabric in the area where I want the paint to bleed, which is essentially the sky. Now, if you're wondering, I'm using a cotton canvas, also known as a duck canvas. I have here some watercolor paint from the supermarket, actually. They give a more soft look, which is what I'm looking for here. Using a size 10 brush, which I find hold the right amount of water for what I want to do here. All right, I'll start taking some of the paint and apply it in soft strokes like this, a little bit randomly. I don't go too close to the border because I don't want to risk the sky bleeding into the actual design. I'll add some white as well. You can mix in a little bit darker tone as well, just to add a bit extra life. Alright, to balance out the sky, I also want to add a little bit of blue down here in the bottom. I'll add it just next to the border of the stitches. It's just to enhance the fact that it's actually water down here. So I'm taking the darker nuance of blue and I'm just doing it right close to the border. It's to create the perception that it's all water here. I don't need to technically fill everything. You can if you want to, of course. But personally, I think like this is just great. All right. That was a very quick and easy tutorial on how you can add watercolor to the sky, just so that you feel that you have got some guidance throughout this process. Now, if you feel that you want to learn a lot more about watercolor embroidery, this was a very specific, small example as mentioned in the beginning. We have a full free workshop with Introduction to Watercolor Embroidery where you will go much more in depth on understanding actually how you can use the watercolor. What are the characteristics? Should you have a wet fabric, dry fabric, how much water, how much paint? All of those things I'll go much more into detail in that Introduction to Watercolor workshop. We also have a full masterclass on how to make stunning watercolor embroidery with a brick house edition. So don't miss to check that out on charlestonallenacademy.com. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe below and hit the bell button so that you don't miss the notification of whenever we post a new video.